Hey, I haven't posted a video in a really long time, and it's 3 a.m. and I was pretty much woken up by God because that's who we're all waking up by, or woken up by, unless we're woken up by an alarm. Um, and like for the first time since this whole pandemic started, I was woken up with like, okay, it's time to start talking, and you know what's What's interesting to me is that when this pandemic started, I had the same really strong feeling that it's like, it's time to stop talking, right? Like it's time to um, shut up and listen, really. So is what is the message that I got from Divine. And so I did. I, because I'm not ever gonna talk to you guys, whoever's out there, unless I feel like I really have something to say. And, you know, this is something that came up on, in the team, like in my team around that, I sort of feel like there's a lot of people talking um, on social media and not a lot of real talk, like not a lot that's really being said. Um, and there's a lot of like putting yourself up and so that people will listen and then you don't really have anything to say. And I'm not really interested in, you know, putting myself up just so you'll listen. Um, I hope you'll listen, but I feel like the people who find me and hear my message are the people who need it. And so that's sort of why it was so clear to me that like it was time for me to shut up and listen. And so I started listening, and I started doing more meditation. Um, And what I heard was, or what I learned was that um, I can't really be of service if my own house isn't in order. And so there were a couple of months that were really, really painful, where I started seeing how out of integrity my life had become. I started seeing places where I was lying to people that I loved, or being, lying by omission, like leaving important details out, where I was judging people that I loved who didn't deserve it. And then when everything happened with George Floyd and Amy Cooper, and I mean, and honestly, even before that, the way that people were like going at each other on Facebook and just being so intolerant and like just not listening. Like there were so many people that were just refusing to listen. Um, I retreated even further. Like I went off of Facebook altogether, which is something that I haven't done since the beginning. Um, but I was like, I couldn't stand what it was like to be on there. I couldn't stand how ugly it was. Like it was just ugly. And so then when I didn't have that to distract me, then it was time for me to look at my own ugly, you know, even more. And I really didn't like what I saw. Like, I really didn't like how much I was lying, how much I was lying to myself, how much I was saying I was in integrity in my behaviors, how much I was saying I was, you know, leading from faith and building a business from faith. But when I really looked, like it was like when you come in a house and the house is beautiful and clean and sparkling, but if you really look, you see that they haven't dusted in the corners. You see that they haven't washed the windows. You see that they haven't changed the bed covers, you know? It was like that. Like, yeah, everything was like in order, but when I had time to really look in the dark corners and underneath the beds and behind the seat cushions and in the closets and everything of my life, yeah, there was a lot of cleanup to do. And so that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing. I've been cleaning up the dark corners of my own life, of my own, of me. And so because I'm a warrior for the light, like that's who I am. And that's what I came to do. And that's who I want to raise my children to be. And that's who my husband is. Right? Like that's what our family is. We are warriors for the light. And there's a lot of darkness. And the beauty is that in doing that hard work of cleaning out my own dark corners, all I have to do is show up, get quiet in the morning and listen for guidance, pray for the strength and the willingness to do what I'm guided to do, and then just show up. That's it. So I'm sending this message because I feel like there are probably a lot of people out there feeling like, what can I do? But what can I do? What can I, just one person, do in the midst of all this darkness? In my experience, in my personal experience, the answer is clean up your shit in your own life, in your own soul, in your own mind. Clean it up. Find the light and then bring it. I'll talk to you soon.